Okay guys, welcome to Capernaum. Welcome to this beautiful place by the Sea of Galilee. I'm very happy to be here with you. We're standing right now in a garden or let's say in a courtyard that was renovated a few years ago. Okay, and we're standing by the Church of St. Peter, a church that was built by the Franciscan order in the year 1991. It's a modern church, and there is something very special about this place. You can see that there is no any support to this building from its base, but only from the sides of it. Okay, there are 8 pillars that support this church, and it's supposed to look like a boat. And guys, a boat or a ship, it's the safest place, a ship, the safest place in the sea or in the ocean, and therefore it's supposed to look like the safest place for the Christian worshippers. Okay? Now, in the base of this building, there is a glass that covers the house of Peter. Okay, so once you go inside, you can see the house of Peter from over. Okay, the house of Peter that later on became Domus Ecclesia. We spoke about it in the past. Domus Ecclesia means a holy place of gathering. That's where the Judeo-Christians were worshipping. Okay, but there was no any Christian symbol around it. It means only those who believed in Jesus knew that this is a holy place for them. Okay, so I'm talking about the end of the 1st century AD. And in the 4th century AD, the Byzantines came here and built their church. Okay, the church was around the house of Peter, and that was an octagonal shaped wall that when you'll get closer to it, you will see that. Okay, so that is the house of Peter, and if you will look at here, and if you look also over here, you will see that everything and every building built and let's say made out of basalt. Okay, basalt stone is a volcanic stone. It's a local stone that can be found everywhere in this area, and also everywhere in the other side of the lake, which is the Golan Heights. Okay, the Golan Heights is a volcanic area. It was all formed out of volcanic eruptions. Okay, so therefore there's a lot of basalt buildings in this area. But guys, I would like to ask you, everything made out of basalt here, beside this building over there, that's made out of limestone, made out of white stone. How come?
Because it's durable. It lasts for a long time.
Okay, but basalt also.
Okay. Maybe it dates farther back? Just because it's white.
Okay, white is nicer than black, right? Well, very good, guys, very good, but not.
So why?
So why? Very good. Guys, this is the synagogue. I wish I could tell you this synagogue is dated back to the times of Jesus.
The purity.
So it shows purity for the white?
No. In a moment. I wish I could tell you that this is the synagogue from the times of Jesus, but it's not the one. Okay, the one from the time of Jesus is also somewhere over here. We'll find out soon where is it. But before we'll go there, I would like to share with you a few biblical stories that took place over here. So first of all, I'm not sure that you saw that, but at the entrance, when you are entering, there was a bench with a statue on it. maybe you could see that. This is from the Gospel of Matthew chapter 8, and it says that birds have nests in the sky or in the air, and foxes have holes, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. Okay, so therefore that is the statue over there. One more story that maybe one of my favorite stories in Capernaum mentions in the Gospel of Luke chapter 7 verse 1. Actually the story begins in the first verse. The story is about the centurion's servant in Capernaum. Guys, I'm sure that you all remember this story, that Jesus healed the centurion's servant. But guys, I would like to tell you, we all know what does it mean, centurion. Centurion means a Roman commander, okay? A Roman commander that command at least over 100 soldiers, okay? He has a servant, and he was also Gentile. He was not Jewish. But when the Jewish people saw that Jesus is around, they told him, you should help this man. He loves the nation, and he built a synagogue for us. Now guys, is there any chance that a pagan...
Now, in the Gospel, did it describe that about him building a temple?
Yes. The Bible says in the same Gospel of Luke chapter 7, it says that the Jewish people that were around told to Jesus when he was around, please help to this man because he loves our nation and he built a synagogue for us. We don't know which synagogue. It might be this one. It might be this synagogue. Okay, so that's first of all. Second, guys, when Jesus came to heal him, so this man told him, Sir, do not disturb yourself. I'm not worthy that you will come under my roof. And guys, this is maybe one of my favorite stories and miracles that were done by Jesus. Because Jesus also told him, I never met someone with such a strong faith. And guys, this is something that happened in this very place in Capernaum. Sir, would you like to
No, I was asking a question because Jesus just only healed the Jewish people and he was a Gentile. Remember the story about that? Woman with the daughter?
Yeah.
He didn't give the children bread to the Gentiles.
Okay.
So when he healed...
That's you mean the widow? Not a widow? Okay, so which story?
The story of the woman that had a daughter that was possessed with...
The Syrophoenician.
Okay, okay. So
he didn't want to heal her, but he healed the Italian, the servant of the Italian.
the centurion. Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
why?
Well, first of all, guys, it's important to say, and I also mentioned it yesterday, a lot of times the Bible says that the Pharisees came to Jesus and asked for signs. Okay, asked for signs, but Jesus told them, for example, in Nazareth, that he told them in Nazareth, for example, that there is no prophet in his hometown. Every time that Jesus said to the Pharisees such a thing, it was sometimes after they heard a rumor about him in the Galilee, because there was a rumor about a man in the Galilee that does a lot of miracles and heal a lot of people. So maybe they were not around, but every time they saw him after these miracles. So that's quite interesting to say, to answer your question. Basically, it's a great one. I wish I could answer why it was only to Italian, for example, or centurion, but not to Jewish people.
Because we said that he built the temple, so that Abraham covenant said, whoever blesses my people shall be blessed, whoever curses my people. I think based on that principle.
Thank you very much. Guys, there is one more miracle that I would like to mention, and this is something that I will do in a synagogue. So please follow. In the meantime, while we are walking to the synagogue, when archaeologists came here to Capernaum, they found only one layer of civilization, and that means that it is the one that is dated back to the times of Jesus. Okay, that's what you can see over here. These are the remains of the town of Capernaum. And yesterday we were in Nazareth and we spoke about Nazareth, that it was a town of 150 to 200 people, and here it was a town of 1,500 inhabitants. Okay, so something that I really like to do while I'm here is to, try to revive it. Try to picture this place 2,000 years ago. Try to think about these people that lived in here. Try to think, try to imagine these rooms. Maybe it was the kitchen, maybe next to it there was a living room, maybe they had a small garden next to their place. I love it, guys. Archaeology is something really, really nice because you can use your imagination. So I invite you guys to imagine.
Standing here, waiting for everybody to arrive. Wait slowly.
Alright, so we'll be done, right?
Okay, guys, we are going inside.
I said it's a cool backdrop.
Watch your steps while here.
Sit down. You have a question.
Okay, we're almost here, right? We're almost all here. Where is Heather? Heather? So guys, at the moment, we are in the synagogue of Capernaum, and this is a beautiful place, and I can tell you that 100 years ago it was not the case. Okay, it was not like that. It was built, or let's say rebuilt, by a Franciscan monk named Urfali. Okay, that by the way, his name is written on the pillar over there in the left one. Okay, now this is a synagogue that is dated back to the 5th century. Okay, the 4th or the 5th century AD, which means 300 to 400 years after the time of Jesus. Okay, guys, this is a big synagogue. We spoke about the basalt stone outside. Okay, so how come that this is white? Guys, the main assumption about this synagogue says that it was imported from somewhere else. Okay, this is something that exists in archaeology, and this one is probably brought from somewhere else in the Galilee. Okay, because don't forget, the Byzantines came to the Holy Land. Okay, the Byzantines came here, and finally pilgrims could come to the Holy Land and walk in the footsteps of Jesus. Okay, and they opened the Bible and they read, for example, that Jesus taught in the synagogue of Capernaum, or Jesus healed a man that possessed by a demon. Okay, like the story that is mentioned in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 4. Okay, guys, a lot of biblical stories, a lot of stories took place in this synagogue, and they wanted to provide this experience of a synagogue in Capernaum. So guys, I'm not sure the Jewish people were praying here. I cannot assure you that. I cannot tell you that 100%. I cannot. And it also, if we'll talk about, principles of synagogue, so worshippers inside the synagogue should pray with their face towards Jerusalem, or let's say should pray with their face towards the south, because Jerusalem is south of us right now. Okay, if you are in the United States, you should pray with your face towards the east, because Jerusalem is east of Jerusalem. So think about it. This is the direction of Jerusalem. For me, guys, it doesn't make any sense that the entrance to the synagogue will be in the southern wall. Okay, where Hethel is standing right now is the place that the Holy Ark that housed the Torah scroll was probably situated. Definitely not next to the gate. So for me, it doesn't make any sense. But guys, it makes sense that it was built by Urfali, by this Franciscan monk in the year 1921 in a different way. Okay? So that's important to remember. One more thing. If you'll ask me, this place doesn't look like a synagogue. It looks more like a pagan temple. It looks like Greco-Roman, Greek or Roman pagan temple. Definitely not like a synagogue, but you know what? That was the synagogue, okay, of the 4th century. We already mentioned that there used to be a synagogue also in the times of Jesus, the same one that is mentioned in the Bible. Where is it? Follow me and we'll find out. But you know what? Before, let's take a nice group picture here. So guys, if you don't mind, just come and stand here.
Facing this way?
Facing me, this way.